We shall be looking at ISM222. The course title is Introduction to Applied Mathematics for Science. The content for this week is estimation. Estimation is important because it allows you to check if the answers you obtain on a calculator are reasonable. It is easy to make a simple mistake when using a calculator or working out a problem by hand. So an estimation of the expected answers is a useful check. One of the simplest approach to estimation is to round all the numbers involved to one significant figure. Example 1. Estimate Example 1. A. Estimate the value of 4.73 times 18.4. B. Use a calculator to find 4.73 times 18.4. C. Compare the estimate with the exact value. Alright. A. Solution to A, which is 4.73 times 18.4 is equal to 100, which is an estimated value. B. 4.73 times 18.4 is equal to 87.032 after using calculator. Alright, C. In A, we rounded both numbers up. The estimate is slightly bigger than the actual value, but it does not give us an idea of the answer. Now, A, actually we rounded the number up. That is why you can see from A, the 100 is bigger than 87.032, which is the actual value, but it's not far from it. So, in comparison now, these two values are closer, meaning the estimation is okay. Example 2. The correct answer to 14.1 times 18.3 is listed below, along with 3 incorrect answers. A. 25.803, B. 258.03, C. 2580.3, D. 25803. Use estimation to decide which is the correct answer. Alright, estimation. Okay, we have to estimate to know which of them is the correct answer. Solution. 14.1 times 18.3 is equal to, now 14.1 to one significant figure will give us 10. Yeah, to one significant figure is giving us 10. Remember, we treated significant figure last week. If you visit the video, you will understand what I'm just saying. And the next one is 18.3. To one significant figure will give us 20. So 10 times 20 is equal to 200. So the correct answer must be 258.03, because 200 is closer to 258.03 than any other value. And if you use your calculator, you will get to notice that the actual value will be 258.03. Alright, another example is this. Estimate the value of square root of 3.87 times 14.6 over 9.32. B. Square root of 72 times 33.4 over 41. Now these questions are looking complex. Without calculator, you can never think and come up with an answer to this question. Even if you can, it will actually take you time. Alright, but with the help of estimation, you can actually suggest an answer that is closer to the actual value. Let's look at our solution. Remember, when estimating or when solving estimation, when you have to estimate actually a question, the first thing you do is to correct each of them to one significant figure before you carry out your operation. Now we have square root of 3.87 times 14.6 over 9.32. Now 3.87 to one significant figure will give us 4, because 8 is above 4. Therefore, we round it up to become 1 and we add the 1 to 3 and we get 4 times 10. Yes, because 14.6 to one significant figure will give us 10. Whole all over 10. Now here, if we are actually correcting this to 1SF, what we should be having here is supposed to be 9, because that 3 is not above 4. But here we are having 10. Why are we having 10 here? We have 10 here because it's very easy for we to work with. than 9. So 10 is actually closer to 9. If I estimate 10 for 9, I'm not wrong. Okay, because it will be very easy for me to do my analysis. Okay, 4 times, okay, 10 will cancel 10 in the square root sign. If 10 cancel 10, we will be left with 1 above. So 4.4 times 1 will give us 4, and over 1 will still give us 4. That is why we have square root of 4. And what is the square root of 4? 2. Okay, another way of actually solving this is the square root of 3.87 times 14.6 over 9.32, which is equal to 1 SF. 3.87 is giving us 4. Now times 16. You can see we are having 16 here. We have, yeah, we are having 16 here. Okay, over 9. Now 16 is closer to 14. That is why we can actually work with 16. And 9.32, we have 9 beneath, we have 9 here. 9 is actually closer to this, or if you correct this to 1 SF, you end up having what? 9, which will now be equal to, taking the square root of all of them now, square root of 4 will give us what? 2. That is why we have 2 here after the next equality sign, times the square root of 16 is what? 4. That is why we have 4 there. And the square root of 9 is 3. That is why we have 3 here. Therefore, 2 times 4 is equal to 8 over 3, which will now be equal to 2 whole number 2 over 3. That is the mixed fraction of 8 over 3. And you, if you, yeah, 2 whole number 3, 2 over 3, which is the mixed fraction of it. So in decimal now we shall be having 2.6. So these are actually estimated or estimate value of 3.87 times 14.6 over 9.32. Alright, let's look at B. Square root of 72 times 33.4 over 41. Alright, 72 to 1 SF is 70 times 30, which is 33.4 to 1 SF, over 40 to 1 SF, which is equal to square root sign. 70 times 30 is, it will give us 2100 over 40, and 2100 in 1 SF will give us 2000 over 40. 2000 divided by 40, what is it giving us? 50. Note that 50, root 50 is between 7 and 8, but will be closer to 7 since 7 is equal to square root of 49. We can therefore take 7 as our estimate. The actual value is 7.659 to 3 decimal place. So instead of this 50, we can actually suggest 49 in that square root as an estimate or estimated value to 50, as a number, sorry, close to 50 before we carry out the operation, because square root of 59 can actually will give us an exact or a whole number, but for 50 is going to give us a decimal number. So when estimating, it's very easier to work with 49 than 50, because you can't get the correct answer if you are to estimate the square root of 50. So the best number we work with is 49, or you can think of a number that is close to 50 and then find it, and then try and get the square root. All right, we have exercise here. We have exercises here. Exercise 1 says that we are to says that estimate the answer to each of the following calculation: A 3.6 times 14.3, B 47 times 192, C 33.6 times 403, D 68.39 divided by 7.48, E 12.021 divided by 5.917, F 103.6 divided by 21.72. Alright, the next exercise is estimate the value of each of the following: A square root of 3.9 times 17.45 over 4.23, B square root of 11.42 times 19.99 all over 3.851. C, sorry, I'm having B there, which is a mistake. Square root of 62.4 times 18.3 all over 4.7. Alright, assignment for you. Estimate the value of A, square root of 8.1 square plus 7.32 square. B, 7.51. Okay, square root of 7.51 times 4.23 all over 2.45. Alright, the next question is James write down the statement 14.62 times 401 equal to 586.262. A. Use estimation to describe why James must be wrong. B. Use calculator to determine the correct answer and then describe the mistake that James made. Alright, this is an assignment for you to do. And remember, A and B, you don't need to use calculator. Just estimate. And let me give you a hint. Correct each of the number to one significant figure before you actually move ahead to make it very easy for you. Alright, thank you very much.